Hey everyone, Steven from Straight Fire Picks. We got best bets for the 2022 NBA playoffs on Tuesday, April 26, 2022. We're going to have NBA player prop spreads over-unders here for you today. We're going to have three picks that I think are great value bets for this Tuesday NBA slate. As always, just want to thank you all for your continued support here on the channel. If you're new to the channel today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. We are on the road to 6,000 subscribers. As always, just want to tell you all that I appreciate all of your support here on the channel. Reminder here at the channel that we're now partnered with Prize Picks. So if you guys are interested in signing up for our Prize Picks account, use our code SFP for a 100% deposit match on your first deposit up to $100. Really a great app, guys. They specialize in player props and things of that nature. A lot of fun to use. You can put multiple picks together in an entry to win a lot of money. So it is a lot of fun to use. Highly encourage you to check that out. Like I said, use our code SFP or one of our links down below in the comment section or in the description. Be sure to check out our community Discord page as well. It's a great place to connect with our community and to get new ideas for bets. We'll have a link to that also down in the comment section and in the description as well. Be sure to also drop your favorite pick down below in the comment section. If you like your pick included in our comment capper section, just be sure to put a star or an asterisk next to your pick, and we'll include your pick in the video if it hits. Normally I give a shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs, which I'm still going to do. In general, shout out to our Straight Fire MVPs. I don't have our graphic here beside me. And I'm not sure if anyone signed up that's new, so we'll be able to see that tomorrow, so we'll give shout outs to our new ones as well. So we'll have that in tomorrow's episode for our shout outs for our Straight Fire MVPs. If you're interested in becoming a Straight Fire MVP, there is a join button down below. There'll also be a link in the comment section in the description of that as well. Great way to support the stream and what we do here at the channel. Always appreciated. It's $3.99 per month. You get some custom emojis and things of that nature. Okay, now let's get into the results from the previous episode. So we had a lot of comment capper callouts. I hope I got these all. I tried, so I'm going to go through and read these. So first we had Gotta Get the Bag, as always, dropping the heat in the channel, calling the James Harden under 28.5 points and rebounds. Was able to cash that easily. So love to see that. We had Don's backup videos calling this is a 4-part parlay that he hit. Al Horford over 10.5 points, Brunson over 3.5 assists, Siakam over 8.5 rebounds, and Framber Valdez, a little baseball action there as well, over 4.5 strikeouts. He was able to cash that. So great hit there. Great parlay hit there from Don's backup videos. And then we have Brent Samerky calling the Dallas Mavericks minus 3.5 spread, cash that. We had Lit Picks also calling the Mavericks minus 3. And we had the Magic Man calling the Milwaukee Brewers nerfy and the Mets nerfy. So was able to cash those as well. So great calls there. And then we had Great Lakes Accountability calling the Jalen Brunson over 23.5 points and assists. Was able to cash that as well. So great calls there from our comment cappers. I hope I got them all. If I didn't, my bad. There was quite a few of them in the chat today. As far as our stream results go, we did go 1 and 2. Wasn't our best episode. We were able to cash the James Harden under 21.5 points relatively easily there. He finishes with 15, but we missed on the Donovan Mitchell over 28.5 points. Had one of his worst playoff games with 9 points. So not a lot we can do there. And then we had the Nets money line, and I knew this pick had the ability to make me look like a clown, and of course it did. The Nets did compete, though. Now, for what it's worth, the Nets played a pretty hard game. Durant showed up, which is really the thing I was banking on, and he did. So, at the end of the day, I can live with it. You know, the Nets actually played pretty well and just came up short. So, what can you do? We're going to get back after today, though, guys. We're going to get this 3-0. So, let's get right into our picks here. At number 1, we are going with Jonas Valanciunas over 12.5 rebounds here for the New Orleans Pelicans at minus 108 odds. So, guys, Jonas is 7 out of his last 9 versus the Phoenix Suns to this line, and let me read you some of his logs. First, I'm going to start with this 4-game set. So far, we're 4 games deep into the playoffs here for the Pelicans. I'll read you those 4 first. He started out game 1 with 25 rebounds. That's insane. And he had 13, 11, and 15 last game. And I took a break off his line in game 3. We played it in game 2 and cashed. I took a break in game 3 because I was a little bit nervous about Larry Nance Jr. taking some of his minutes. But then we saw him respond in Game 4, and Jonas played a terrific basketball game in Game 4, which is honestly what I love to see. The odds of them decreasing his minutes after a game like that, I mean, he was knocking down threes. He just played huge, and he had 15 boards in that game. So, love to see that. His other games during the regular season, he's had rebound logs of 12, 17, 16, 14, and 17. So he gets a lot of rebounds versus his team, guys. It's a great matchup for him. The Suns on the season are allowing the 7th most rebounds to centers, so that's obviously very good. This is definitely a plus matchup for Jonas. He's one of the league's best rebounders in the league that we have. He gets on the offensive rebounds. We talked about 12 offensive rebounds in game 1, when he had 25. Very capable of getting there with offensive boards. And he's very active on the glass. We'll love to see that. He also does average 0.2 more rebounds on the road. It's a slight edge, but I'll take any edge that I can get. And I really just love that he's coming off such a great game 4. That's why I wanted to hop back on this. I think Jonas cashes this honestly with ease. I think he gets up into that 15 category. So love it there for a number 1 pick. Jonas Valanciunas over 12.5 rebounds here for the New Orleans Pelicans at minus 108 odds. Okay, and at number 2, we're rolling with Desmond Bane under 4.5 rebounds here for the Memphis Grizzlies at minus 110 odds. So I love the even value here, guys. The numbers definitely play to his under here. He is 8 out of his last 10 here to the under, and he's also 3 out of 4 to the under in this series so far. So we'd love to see that. Now, I know the Grizzlies are going small, obviously with no Adams in the lineup. They've moved Jarrett Jackson over to the 5 and done a lot that way. Hasn't really affected Desmond Bane too much, though. He had just 2 rebounds last game when they did that. So I'm not concerned about him. The guy who's actually benefiting more is Ja Morant. So if you want to look at Ja Morant's over for rebounds, it's not a bad look. If it's still in that 6.5, 7.5 category, I don't think that'd be a terrible look. But Desmond Bane really hasn't been affected too much by it, so I look for that to continue. The only one game in this series where he did cash the over was basically when the Wolves had 2 historically bad quarters of scoring. They scored 12 points in the second quarter of Game 3 and 12 points in the fourth quarter of Game 3. And that's when Bane had 6 rebounds. So I don't think the Wolves go through those stretches again where they're just throwing brick after brick, which is what happened that game. We haven't seen that from the Wolves really in this series that bad. And it was just terrible. They were just laying bricks in the second and the fourth quarter. So I don't think that happens again. And that's really where, obviously, if we had that happen again, definitely be scared. But even still, Desmond Bane, coming back home here, he does average 1.2 less rebounds per game at home, so we like to see that. He's also 8 out of 11 in his career versus the Timberwolves to the under as well. So, really, I don't look for him. I don't think he's going to get 5 rebounds because I think it's just too much for a guard here in this game. I think the Wolves' offense will still play reasonable. I think the Grizzlies will win tonight, but I don't think the Wolves' offense will go through those really bad, horrific stretches like they did in Game 3 there. So, love it there for a number 2 pick. Desmond Bane, under 4.5 rebounds here for the Memphis Grizzlies at minus 110 odds. Okay, and finally at number 3, this one's a little scary, I'm not going to lie to you. We're going Trae Young, under 25.5 points here for the Hawks at minus 108 odds. So yeah, this line has gotten tight, guys. The books are adjusting to him for sure. But I still like the under here. I still think this is too high. So far, Trae Young is 4 out of 4 in this series to the under. He's 14 out of 17 in his career versus the Miami Heat to this under as well. That's a lot of success, guys. At the end of the day, the Miami Heat have forced the ball out of his hands and they're forcing other people to beat him, and it's successful. So they're going to keep doing that. Even with Kyle Lowry out last game, Trae Young posted just 9 points. I don't even know how that's possible for a superstar, but he did. Just 9 points. In Game 1, I believe he had just 8. Like I said, he's 4 for 4 in this series so far. So there's a lot to love here. They're putting a lot of different people on. PJ Tucker, Jimmy Butler, all these guys that are great defenders are guarding him and forcing the ball out of his hands, which I expect that to continue, honestly. I mean, if you're looking at an over for this game, I'd be looking at DeAndre Hunter over 14.5 points. I think that's a solid look. I just have a lot of confidence here in Trae Young to the under, in large part also because I think there's a lot of blowout potential here as well, right? I think the Heat could blow the Hawks right off the floor tonight. I was thinking about going Heat minus 7.5 tonight. And that's really one of the things I love. I think this could turn into a complete blowout, honestly. Heat, top to bottom, are just the better team, and they're coming back home to close this series out. And I think, honestly, that's what's going to happen. On the season, the Miami Heat do allow the fewest points in the NBA to point guards. We'd love to see that. They're obviously a great defensive team. They have been all season. And Trae Young on the season averaging 3.7 less points per game on the road as well. So this just isn't a great spot for him. Despite this line being 25.5, it is scary, guys. Definitely. Trae Young is a very capable scorer. We know this. But like I said, the numbers don't lie. 4 for 4 in this series. 14 out of 17 in career versus the Heat to this under, guys. And I honestly think that they're going to get blown out tonight. I really do. So, love it there, guys. For number 3 pick, we're going Trae Young, under 25.5 points here for the Atlanta Hawks at minus 108 odds. Okay, guys, that is going to do it for our picks. If you enjoyed the content today, please be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Always appreciate that. This isn't our normal setup. We'll be back to our normal setup tomorrow. With our normal graphics and stuff, but obviously I had to improvise a little bit on the go today, but we're still getting a video out, we're still getting it done. We need to get this 3-0 today, guys. 1-2 obviously is not what we wanted yesterday, and I've been noticing, during the playoffs, a lot of unders are hitting, so we're adjusting to that. We're continuing to play unders. Unders have been really successful for us, so we're going to keep doing that because I want to keep making money. And guys, just make sure that you are bankroll managing, right? We had a great regular season. The playoffs haven't been bad by any stretch for us, but they have not been quite as good either. So I wouldn't dump on any of these plays. Continue to bankroll manage. Make sure that you're not overloading on any one play. The playoffs are difficult, guys. It's just there's so many things in play in the playoffs. A lot of fouls, a lot of coaches' decisions, a lot of crazy things happen during the playoffs. So. We're going to continue to get after it, though. Like I said, let's get this 3-0 today. Special announcement here at the channel. A couple things I wanted to say. We're going to be doing our parlay giveaway on either Wednesday or Thursday. And we may also be having a special appearance on the Calling Our Shot podcast as well. They do great work over there at Calling Our Shot, guys. You may or may not see me in one of the upcoming podcasts tomorrow. But no, they do great work, guys. Excited about that. We're going to be recording for that here today, so really excited about that. So check that out tomorrow. We'll be on the Calling Our Shot podcast, and really psyched about that. Like I said, great people over there at Calling Our Shot, Austin and Logan. They do fantastic work. So if you haven't subscribed to their page, make sure you guys check out their page as well. So appreciate y'all here at the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace out.